All right, so thank you everyone for your patience. Just give me 1 second. NRP, is my fan too loud or can you guys hear me okay? Is it all right? All right, perfect. So while we wait for FG, we'll go ahead and kick it off so you guys aren't waiting around. And then if there's anything we missed, we'll get Mr. FG to just recap it. So lately, I'm sure you guys are all aware, the salaries have been adjusted a bit with this update. It has been brought up NRP to the developers and things like that. So they're working on getting that adjusted, and I think it shifted slightly, but hopefully it gets better for all of us soon. Thank you for continuing to work hard despite our pay. So that means a lot. So thank you for continuing to do a great job. We're also launching a new vacation agreement that we're going to expect soldiers to sign before they take vacations, making sure you're understanding of all the rules. Because even while on vacation, you're still a soldier, so you're still bound by RP13 even when you're out in the city. So it's just making sure that you guys are aware of what you are and are not allowed to do while out in the city and agreeing to it before we let you loose. Because then when things hit our desk, it's like, well, you signed the line. So yeah, so that's something that we're going to start implementing just to make sure everyone's on the same page. But yeah, overall, I don't really have anything to address. I just want to thank you all personally. Last term, I feel like we didn't have half as many people in this room that I saw all term, in total. Not individuals, but numbers wise. So thank you guys for continuing to show up every day and giving it your best. Army appreciates you. We recognize every single one of you. You guys are doing amazing. Thank you for help bringing base back to life. You guys are the reason RP is so strong now, so thank you. But yeah, just, remember your chain of command, remember, your rules, but keep setting the example for Napa, you know what I mean? You guys are doing amazing, and everyone in this room is the example for every other soldier that steps foot onto this base, you know what I mean? So just keep up the great work. You guys are amazing, and it's an honor to be a part of this army, so thank you. But that's all I had. Mr. Rusek, do you have anything pertaining to units or anything like that?
Yeah, I just wanted to get everyone settled in with the units that's already been in place. We'll start to structure and start doing trainings with PD and EMS. I know MedTech started yesterday with EMS and having a meeting here in CT yesterday. And I know earlier today I logged in. EMS was here for Pill Drive, so whoever participated during that time had some help with EMS, and were able to put them in base for the pill run. Still going to be contacting PD and EMS to start doing trainings within this week. I know that was the goal for FG to start it going again. Um, don't want to emphasize a lot for right now, not until FG is actually here, talking about the unit. Um, but let's check in on how the unit is running within this week. Um, I don't know. Let's go ahead and start with MedTech. Lily, I know you're one IC for that one. How's your unit so far, and what are the plans for this coming up?
Sorry, NRP. I had to move a cat for a second. Yeah, like you said, we did have that meeting yesterday with EMS. Again, we had a lot of ideas. We're just waiting for them to get back to us on what they can actually do and not do with us. For the most part, we're just working on training, getting everybody active. We have a nice crew there. Just got to get everybody online and into the trainings is really our big thing. But for future plans, we want to get more into the streets with EMS and go from there, sir.
All right, thanks, Lily. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and start with MPs. Cap, how is the unit running so far? I seen you post a lot within the units, and I see activities the last couple of days. How everything is MP.
Uh, as for the LTG, the responsibilities of LTG and the MPIC are essentially the same. We have become more active and are making progress little by little regarding the safety and security of the base. There are no major issues at the moment since many soldiers are now active. However, there are still a few intruders who manage to get through, maybe with the help of other units. It should become much more difficult for intruders to gain access to the base. A while ago, I posted training this coming Sunday for the MPs on the proper lockdown and procedures for the North Gate and South Gate, sir. That's everything.
All right, thank you, Cap. Appreciate your update on your unit. Let's go ahead and start with Miss Rolla. How is Recon doing so far? I know we did get deployed yesterday while you weren't online, and Mr. Fahim did a good job conducting the recon while we were deployed yesterday.
Yeah, so Recon, we're still recruiting. I think we have about 3 slots left for individuals who are interested. We're still building. We launched our first training today, where we're hammering out some ideas of how we're going to fit in. The Army has a ton of different divisions, so when there's special events, there are a lot of people deployed to the same event. So we're just trying to figure out where we fit in a way that can continue to support, but also make sure that we as Army are still being able to participate in these events as well. So everything though is going on good. I think we got a good start so far, and we're just hammering away. So I'm proud of everything everybody's doing on unit.
Thank you, Miss Rolla. Appreciate it. Um, let's go ahead and move on to Mr. Marcus Evelino. How is your spec officer? I know we talked briefly the other night, but how things are going right now?
Yes, sir. So, members wise, Spec Ops is doing great. We have little to no spots left. I keep trying to refurbish the little manual just to make sure everybody's up to date. We've recently had a little field training I've had with a couple of Spec Op members alongside a few Recon members. We went into the city, tried our hand at what the future operations would look like. We've done that just to kind of get their feet wet a bit, and then hopefully, like by the end of this week, all operations will probably be fully operational, and there'll be no more halts and whatnot.
Alrighty, thank you, sir. So let's go ahead and move on to Mo. How is Roost doing? I'm seeing a lot of activities and meetings that you have put in place. Can you let us know how that is?
Yes, sir. So next week we have a public itinerary on Discord and RP for our first official trainings next week. The first one's like a radio etiquette and macro synchronization, I call it. Um, the macro synchronization is basically making sure we all have the same macros. I've noticed that we all have like different clock ends and different macros for the Southgate, Northgate, etc. for raid. So this training will make sure that everybody has the same words, if you will, in the macros. Also, the radio etiquette. I'm gonna try to do like a thing where I have like a stopwatch, if you will, and I want to see how quick it is that we can give a scenario and we can give out call outs and kind of just piggyback off one of another. That's kind of what I want to achieve. So that's that training. The next one later in the week is an off-base training I call it City Surveillance and Rapid Deployment. So that's all about just showing up to a location in the city. Doesn't necessarily have to be a green zone or a gang house, just somewhere where we can just show up, target it, and we get out the vehicle and have our drones up as fast as possible. The whole objective is to see how fast we can have the entire area under surveillance with the unit. Other than that, Roos has been doing pretty good. We decided to do away with the 8-person cap and we increased numbers to hopefully 13. We probably will have 13 reserves too, just to even it out. The idea is to have all raids covered by an official operator. And after raid, of course, we have people that are trained in drone to have that like second nature to put the drone up and watch the areas for intruders. We've been getting a lot of intruders lately. But yeah, that's the goal. We're just trying to sharpen up our macros, sharpen up our call outs, find a few more serious people, mainly for 12 o'clock, 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, thank you, sir. Much appreciate, and thanks. On to Academy, Mr. T. How is your unit doing, sir? I've seen a lot of recruits been popping in. Can you let us know what are the plans for your unit?
Yeah, the academy's been banging here lately. We have one of our larger weeks. We had 13 recruits come through, so that's always a plus. I think we were up from 6 the week before that, but yeah, I mean we've got the member list is full, but I'd like to see a little more activity out of the members list. It's the same old people every week, so I've been talking to the FG. It looks like we're gonna make it a mandatory requirement from here on out. So that's a I'll update as soon as I hear more on that. But yep, academy's going good, as strong as ever. So seems to be working.
All right, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and talk about R&R. Kitty, can you tell us how's R&R doing and what are the future plans on what you have?
I think Arnaud's done great over the last couple of weeks. A application form has been created by myself. Instead of just accepting soldiers into the unit, we're going to have them fill out an application. Another application type thing was made by Vince in regards to event suggestions. Trying to have more events planned and coordinated throughout the week instead of just one at the end of the week. But that's it. The forum's also been pretty active as well.
Alrighty, thank you so much for all that update, and I'll go ahead and move on to Miss Afrin on TRU.
We're talking about the unit and how it's doing, right?
Yes, ma'am. How's the unit been going? I've seen a lot of activities and training that you've been posting in Discord, so I just wanted to, follow up on how things are.
Yeah, I mean, last week was pretty slow on our end, training-wise, I guess, operational-wise. I think this week we're going to try to implement a little bit more trainings for TRU. I'm going to be making some adjustments to the members list coming soon, based on just like activity levels that I've noticed. So, yeah, I'm going to be adjusting the roster just a bit this upcoming week. And yeah, we're going to have more trainings going on.
Alrighty, thank you for that update, and appreciate as always that you guys do. Um, yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys for all the feedback. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Mrs. V, and go ahead, Mrs. V. This is go ahead.
All right, thank you, sir. So I don't really have anything else on my end. There was something Discord related NRP. We're asking that you guys go into faction announcements. We used to post like all of our main announcements like into the faction chat, but it gets like washed out with all the raid reminders and stuff. So just make sure you're going into the faction announcements if you guys aren't already, just so you don't miss out on anything important that might be posted there. But outside of that, that's all I had. I really want to open up to you guys, though. Is there anything that anyone has in this room that they want to address or bring up or anything of that nature? Any concerns? Any good things? Any things?
I will go ahead and let everybody know. For the next week or two, I'm probably not going to be as active. Like, I'll be around, but it won't be super active because I'm dealing with some things IRL. But for the most part, I'll still be here and I'll still try and attend as many trainings as possible. Just got to make sure that some of them are kind of later
Hold
at night so that I can attend.
hold on one sec.
Can I do for y'all?
Sir, could you please leave? We're in the middle of a meeting.
Mr. Beekman, go ahead and step
Thank
out.
you, sir. No, I'd have been shooting. Pew pew pew.
Miss V, I didn't really have anything bad. I just wanted to bring up Riley was there with me last night. I don't know, maybe we should have more of a direct training with the hard hats because some of the hiring hard hats. We had an intruder last night. I was on later. Tella knows I don't sleep anymore these days anyway. But we had a intruder that kept trolling. He wasn't shooting anyone. He did shoot one soldier near the end before he finally left when I came over to him and said, nicely, please leave. We've asked him numerous times. Maybe some type of, I guess maybe some type of guide of some sort just to go over that with the hard hats. Because it's hard to catch all of them at the same time. So maybe something, some type of guidelines for them. I mean, we have the lethal force, but it's clearly not. I guess the right way of saying clear enough is the right way of saying it, because they still go to the edge of our area. Because this
Right.
guy was literally right outside the line that he was shooting at
So
the soldiers from.
something we could definitely do, like I know you have like that new recruit packet and stuff, and I think that's amazing. But also don't forget about like the different trainings you guys can host. Like feel free if you see a cluster of hard hats. You know, like I did this with the mock interviews, and it was actually a lot of fun. It turned into like a full blown class, so it was really really neat. Um, but yeah, feel free to like grab a cluster of them and do an RP training. You know, have someone pretend to be someone approaching the gates, and then you know, RP it out and show them, you know, what the macros mean, how we utilize them when they're necessary. And I'm more than happy to help with that too. I think they're a lot of fun, and spontaneous trainings like that usually end up with the most engagement, in my opinion. But that's just an idea, Miss Lily.
As far as
I
pushing
know.
out the way that they pushed out, I don't think personally, and you guys can, um, if I'm wrong, but I don't think hard hats should be pushing off of the base. It should be generals that's doing that kind of stuff, because then they're, if they're off base or they get lost or whatever it may be, then they're off base by themselves in a way. So I think past the gates is where they should just stop. They shouldn't be going past those gates. And so, like yesterday, when I told them to go back onto base, it was more so them actually getting on base, not past the gate, not being past the gate. So um, if you ever are in that situation and you need to take care of, I guess, something outside of base that's still within our outlaw map, just I guess get a team, but I don't know. I wouldn't push past the outlaw. I wouldn't even push past the base. Just let them come in for real.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off of that, it gets messy very quick. And people will do that on purpose to get you in trouble because of that outlaw map. And you need your body cam running, like, absolutely. Miss Rolla just said it. Yeah, body cam everything, especially when you step foot off the space.
Yeah, I think me and Ms. Riley were seeing that particular troll last night was purposely trying to get them to move. So I was trying to tell them, like, no, don't shoot. Just come back to the gate. Come on. Let's just go back for now. He's gonna, if he wants to troll, he'll troll, but let him do it on the base where we have more control of the situation.
Yeah, all of them probably should have got laps last night, I'm not gonna lie. But I talked to them, so it should be good. Hopefully they don't do that again.
Yeah, that particular crew, Ms. Riley, is pretty good about it. Those guys are pretty good at listening for the most part, but if they do that again, we'll definitely be doing laps.
So Miss V, yeah, I'm gonna try and attempt. Part of the academy that I was trying to set up was NRP. What I do in real life with emergency operations is train the trainer. Actually teaching generals and some of the colonels how to train the soft hats and some of the lower rank hard hats how to RP the gates, recognizing aggression, recognizing role playing it out the right way rather than just it's the same NRP as doing PD training where it's not just go up, arrest the person, read them their rights, take them to jail, and then leave. You want to actually RP it. We're not just walking up immediately, just hey, what do you want? You want to join? Okay, here's what you got to do. Got to RP it a little bit, make it fun. So I'm going to attempt to try and have that class again and try and get some more participation with getting people on the same page of what we're teaching and how we're teaching them to role play the gates on both sides.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome idea, Vince. Yeah, thank you for that. Great work.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk over anybody. To kind of piggy up off Michael, when MedTech does our trainings with EMS, I will try and let you and Ms. Roland know, and as much as in advance as I know. So if we need to have a recon in advance for possible locations, because they gave the idea to us last night of their pop-up pharmacies that are outside the green zones that might appear. Recon could definitely be helpful in drone, hopefully in the future, with just checking the area to make sure it's safe for them, and for us to kind of make a perimeter around those areas too that you said are clear for you guys, and work together to make sure it's safe for their pop-up things and any other events they want to do with us. What the frick? Sorry, I think I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm just saying things. My bad. Sorry, guys. They're gonna be eventually with our med tech because our med tech is supposed to is the game. The main plan is to be. We were talking about doing pill runs with them and that kind of thing. Like they're gonna become when they come into base for that. Eventually, we'd like to go in the streets with them and try and defend them if they get stuck in a weird area by the gangs and such. It's just more of we're trying to get a confirmation on everything on their end right now, but we'll eventually be doing a lot of things with them. So I would like to try and involve the other units as much as possible, where we can. Like I said, the recon and the spec ops and all the other units. I think well, there should be a spot for everybody to kind of pop in so we can get all the factions together for everything. I think Adam mentioned us trying to do a weekly meeting with EMS as soon as we can, so we can stay up to date on everything.
Yeah, and that's what FG was implying as well. So he's still gonna be working it out with EMS and also with PD, so we can continue the trainings with them, and also try to get the mission within hopefully next week. So we'll see what happens with that moving forward.
100%. I have contacts with them, Adam, on Discord, so I can ask her at some point next week, the CP, if she has any updates for us yet.
So, bringing up the form that she mentioned earlier, again, R&R does have that event form. It doesn't need to be just for events. Y'all can also use it to set up the trainings that y'all might have. Because I did set it up to where it's going to involve factions. Um, and then an idea that I had to make it easier for y'all to communicate is if you set up a training, say for Friday night, that's going to involve several people. Maybe you create a group chat for that training. Just name it like, 6-5 MedTac training. And then you invite all of the people in charge of the units to that central training communications chat. And then once you guys are all done, you can leave it. That way you have one central place for all of the units that are involved, the one ICs, two ICs, whoever the rep is going to be. And that way you guys can keep track. But you can also use that form, and then we can help you coordinate it as far as getting all the different units together and creating that if you need it.
Would you like?
No. Oh, sorry, Mr. Freeman. I was just gonna say, I don't want to drag this out, but be careful with those chats, though. They've gotten us in issues before, and it's still a little rocky with that. So until we get something ironed out firm, just be mindful. Like, just keep it responsible in those chats, okay? I know everyone in here is pretty good about that, but I don't want to see you guys get in trouble for things that are not in game NRP. But yeah. Just remember, anything in those chats can be screenshotted and things like that, so just be respectful at all times.
Yeah, definitely.
Say that again, Michael. I'll still have to have contact with PD. When's the next training that we can conduct? But I also want to reach it out to FG to see how many days he wants to actually do training with PD to actually do mission right after. So let me once FG is good, I'll still relay the message for him, and we'll see what he takes with it.
All right. Does anyone else have anything? I don't want to tie you guys up too much later, and thank you all for being here. And really quick again, like it is nice to see everyone actually talking in these meetings. You know, that's why we have them. So thank you for continuing to show up and continuing, you know, to put all this hard work in. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we really do appreciate all of you. So just thank you guys for everything. Um, if no one else has anything, or DFG Adam, if you have anything, sir, I don't want to tie him up too much longer.
I've got one
No,
thing.
oh, go ahead, Mr. Riley.
Sorry, I was trying to find a window. Just for raid, I want you guys to just spread yourselves out a little bit more. BC as much as possible, and try not to call out on the radio, not to push, and just get BC of it and submit it, or give them laps and stuff like that. Because at this point, everybody should know that they shouldn't be pushing to pass these certain areas. So just try to divide yourselves up a little bit more. No generals just at Southgate. We'll need some generals at Northgate as well. I personally try to do like a 1/3 at AP instead of having all the generals at Southgate.
I'd also like to add something regarding the hiring event. Let's help CJ Rolla and CJ Riley, even if it's just by standing guard and helping ensure their safety while they carry out their duties, since we have many major general here.
Yeah, I'd be looking over my shoulder scared sometimes that I'm gonna get shot at up on the mountain. So would definitely be appreciated.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Awkward silence.
Miss Lily, you had your hand up before Riley took the floor. Did you have anything, ma'am?
No, I was just making sure nobody else was going to say anything. I was just going to mention for Spec Ops, drone recon. I think that's everybody. Oh, if y'all wanted to join in on our medtech training on Sunday afternoon, we're going to be doing it after the second raid with EMS. If y'all want to join in on it, I want to just hopefully I'm going to get most of medtech online for that. So we can work on doing our convoy training with EMS directly and going over some scenarios that might occur on the streets for them. If y'all want to join up with that, that's totally join in. Just wanted to bring that up before we closed out for the night, sir. Sir, ma'am. Getting a perm. Riker.
It could happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate. So, but I had a whole video taken down from YouTube NRP because it had gambling in it, and that was my entire body cam, like of when I was online. So that whole video was off. So I'm just saying, like, if you have body cam on, your live streaming, it may be interrupted or whatever because of whatever guidelines.
Yeah, I couldn't upload some of the beach activity because people were, I don't remember who was playing, but they were playing music and it recognized the music as copyrighted music. So it removed my video, the whole thing. The last beach party we had over at Northgate.
All right, guys. If there's not anything more to add in this meeting, we can just go ahead and close this out. We appreciate everything that you guys do as Major General, and especially leading the units. And any concerns that you might have, always come to us, and we'll be able to see what we can do to help fix a problem or just have a simple conversation. Thank you, guys, and doing what you guys are doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys again for your time.
All right, guys, you're dismissed. Thank you.